Hey YouTube, Martin here. Just going to go over the two fish tanks, the 125-gallon, 6-foot long discus tank that we have here. And as you can see, I just walked in and all the discus are gathering up ready for some food. In this tank, in the 125, I believe this is my dad's setup, not mine. Mine, you would have seen the community fish and the large fish and cichlids. I'm more into those fish. My dad is more into rainbow fish and the discus fish, which are pretty hard to keep, the discus that is. So in the 125-gallon tank, I believe he runs two FX6 filters on this. You can see at the top he's got 3 LED lights, and they're different kinds to give the best lighting so that he can enjoy these. We do have some smaller plecos. I think there is one little Asian pleco in here, but for the most part he's got bristlenose plecos in this tank. 2 of them, I think, or 3, and 1 red-tailed shark, and they're mostly hiding behind that white decoration. I don't know if you guys can see at the bottom. There's and he's got a couple loaches in there. Nothing too big, nothing that gets over 6 inches, other than the Asian pleco. That's in that tank. In this tank, it's all rainbow fish. And I do not know the filter he runs on this, but there is some really cool rainbow fish here. There's platinum rainbow fish. There's all sorts, even a couple dwarf rainbow fish, and a couple sharks in the back. Sharks are really getting along. They're really beautiful. He's got a bristlenose pleco that actually came from me. That was my bristlenose pleco, and he also has an Asian pleco in there, and the one that is pretty rare to us, the one rainbows in the back. It's actually, we had 2 of them. One had you can see he's getting over some kind of mold. But we have 2 of these. The other one, unfortunately, didn't make it. And my dad is extremely good with fish. He babies these guys like you wouldn't believe. So it's really sad to see that other one go. In this tank, for example, all these discus are absolutely beautiful. He does have 2 or 3 assassin snails you can see on the glass in that tank as well, to help out. I believe one of these discus has a problem with his eyesight, and my dad literally hand feeds him every morning. So the water is crystal clear. Like I mentioned, 2 FX6 filters in here to get this thing running properly. Not much debris on the sand whatsoever. Anything that falls down gets picked up by the plecos. And that's the 6-foot long. I don't know if I can really squeeze to the back of the room here to show you guys. It looks small here, but it's actually a 6-foot long tank. And if I zoom in and kind of go around it, excuse the glare, you can really see the length of that. And the 75-gallon is fairly decent as well, big enough for the rainbow fish. And other than the one fish being sick, there's absolutely no problems in here. The rainbow that has the eyesight problem, that has been a long-term issue. He actually got him that way without knowing it, and he realized later that he wasn't eating properly, and he figured out that he couldn't see. So we had to start hand feeding that guy. Some beautiful rainbow in this tank. I mean, discus in this tank. And we're always looking for a discus we don't have. But, you know, given the size of the tank, you can't really start putting any more into the tanks. So we try and keep it at this size. There's always a discus hiding somewhere as well. So those are the tanks up close. So if you guys thought this was a real turtle, no, that is a decoration, but it's a really cool decoration. And the plants in here grow really quick, and you probably seen these plants in my guppy tanks floating at the top. That comes from this tank. They spread like wildfire, and my dad ends up giving me whatever he decides to cut off from spreading too much in the tank. So we work together, me and my dad. We do swap ideas, we do swap fish sometimes. As you saw, some of my albino plecos bristlenose plecos have made their way in here. He also keeps some Cory catfish with these guys in the back. There is some panda and a couple others that made their way into this tank. So it's very pleasing. This is his hobby. This is what he does to relax. And seeing how much variety there is in the discus fish, I think having different kinds together really makes it worth watching. We have a couple breeding pairs in here. There's the two blue ones right there. They're a breeding pair, and I believe the other two blue ones are also a breeding pair. But I know that for a fact. They constantly lay eggs by the filter, and unfortunately there's so many discus in here, they never really make it, and we don't really want to do it at this point, but we might end up getting another 75 gallon just for the two discus so they can breed out. We don't know for sure if we want to do that, but it is an option we are looking at. So we'll keep it at that for now. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. There is some really cool fish here. I'll leave you guys with a shot of the rainbow fish because they are just as beautiful as the discus fish. And you can see there is all sorts of fish in here, including a big Australian and some really cool platinums, and I could go through all the names. The red rainbows are really beautiful as well. Very healthy fish. All right, thanks for watching.